Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to be talking about how the latest updates have been announced by Apple are actually really important to you and your small business. You see, this video's intent is to go through looking at all the updates and seeing why as a business or as a small business, we should be excited. From accountants to butchers to everyone in between, you should find that this update is going to make small businesses actually have some real great technology that's going to help them advance. And we're all about technology in this channel. So if this has any relevance to you, please don't forget to use that like, subscribe button and all that sort of stuff to make sure the next time that something big comes around, you're going to be the first to know about it. Right, let's not waste any time. Let's go straight into and see how the latest updates from Apple are going to affect you and your business. Hello, my name is Aaron Patrick. I am a chartered accountant, a certified UK trainer with a fancy new logo, that QuickBooks Chap on the internet, head of accounts here at Boffix, and also your friendly podcast who goes live each and every Monday morning with Ask the Accountant. Now, in today's video, we're talking all about the world of Apple and what they've just released at the latest Wwdc. And instead of you having to go through every single part of that video, which is 1 hour and 43 minutes long, we're going to condense that down into actually what you as a small business should be worried or care about. So the first bit that I want to show you is actually the bit that pretty much gets me the most excited about this. And that's all about your interaction with your Apple iPhone. Now, this does mean you have to be in the Apple ecosystem. I am an Apple fanboy, so clearly for me, I was in the ecosystem anyway, which makes it exciting for me. But this could be a reason why you should consider having an Apple MacBook or a desktop and an iPhone and why they should work together. And let's see why. So for me, the big update was iPhone mirroring. So the idea of this technology is that I could leave my mobile phone sat over in my desk over here. And if something goes on that I need to start utilizing it, maybe there's a bank two-factor authentication, maybe there's a message come through, whatever it needs to be, I can wirelessly access the phone without actually having to pick the phone up. Now, the reason that's exciting to me is twofold. Number one, this is going to be a great way for you to interact with social media, put some more social media elements onto it, and I'll show you why. But two, the big one for me, and when I really will be utilizing the most, is for training. You see, training on mobile apps has become absolutely essential. A lot of times, small businesses live and die on how well they can get on with actually utilizing the mobile app. So, for example, if you're going to see what happens here, so the idea then is I'm using my keyboard and mouse to control my phone wirelessly, and I could then share it by screen share, Teams, or recording it like I am here. So next time we come along on this very channel and we need to be showing you guys how to maybe use the mobile phone app for Client Engager or for QuickBooks or whatever it's going to be, instead of me having to go through and have the rigmarole of having to connect the phone to a source, get it casted over so then I can use the phone in my hand, I can do all of that completely wirelessly, and I can have the full confidence I can show exactly what's on my phone and control it directly from my Mac. That's going to make my life so much easier in getting that content over to people quicker, and you guys can use that by making sure that you can easily show people how to use an app that you need them to use. Say, for whatever reason, that you're trying to train your team on how to use the latest EPOS solution that you have. And you're trying to figure out, well, how do I get that till system to work? Well, now you can show them. Now you can show them on screen exactly what their experience is going to look like, so you can train them that much quicker. This feature here also gives an opportunity to make sure that we can add to social media posts so much easier. See, one of the frustrations you may have found that if you have your browser version of, say, Instagram and your mobile version of Instagram, you'll find that each one has slightly different variances. In fact, most of the time, they're mobile first apps, which means that every time that a new update comes along, or there's some features that you'll find will only ever be on the mobile phone, well, this is a great way to get around that. Instead of having to do some of the editing on your Mac, then find a way to get it to your phone to be able to upload it, well, as you saw there, you can literally just drag and drop that file and then get that uploaded from there. It's just going to make that workflow so much more cleaner and so much more easier. It means that you could easily then work on the mobile phone while being in the Mac, so you can have that efficiency of a Mac and be nice and quick and clean and easier to be able to get stuff done, but then be able to post things on the go, nice and straightforward. Honestly, this feature gets me really excited. That Instagram post and using all the features, TikTok, whatever the social media format that you use, having the opportunity to be able to quickly go into the mobile one, drag and drop that document, get it in there, I think it's going to save a lot of time. It's going to make that workflow so much easier than we've ever had before. Speaking of social media posts, what about the fact that the actual Photos app has been completely redone? And actually, they've made it really, really, really powerful for you to be able to go in there and be able to grab certain dates and certain times and certain trips and create really nice professional posts out of them. See, last time I went to Accountex, we kind of had to put together all of the different bits and then kind of use a different piece of software to be able to put together a nice little reel for us. Now all of that's going to change. All we need to do is continue taking photos as we go along. Then we can go back, use a date feature, go back and create a nice little social post in a few clicks. It's all going to use AI, it's all going to use technology. It's going to make sure that we can see all of that there. And it may not be perfect first time round, but it's going to be a great starting block for you so that then you can make sure that when it comes to actually putting that social media post together, it's going to completely cut that time in half. I'm really excited for this. For me, having the time to do social media posts is a complete and utter luxury. And it feels like little bits like this will just give me the opportunity to quickly be able to get that information out there, to showcase exactly how great a particular event was, to show why people should be doing X, Y, Z. Now I've got this tool in the palm of my hand, creating those posts are going to be so much easier for me. And for me, that's a great win. The mail app is having a complete overhaul as well, which is long overdue, but is actually going to help us massively. If it's anything like me, your life revolves around those emails that are coming through. So now we can categorize them better. AI is going to be looking through them and trying to find the most important bits for them. And overall, it's going to make your life so much easier when it comes to actually figuring out what's the important piece of email that you need to get back to, what's the stuff that you can just completely ignore, and what's that stuff that actually don't need to get back to straight away, but you just need to make sure it gets back to at a certain point. I really like this. And when it comes to like traveling and things like that, they're going to categorize all of that all in for you. So you got this one little view so that if you've just turned up to the train or the airport and you're thinking to yourself, oh my days, where's that ticket? I know I've got it somewhere. Well, now you'll be able to go to this category, find the bits that are going to be relevant to you, and on that trip you go. It's little things like that that just means that during our busy lifestyles that small businesses have, we're going to be able to keep on top of it thanks to technology and keeping us going. Love it. Looking at the iPad, there's some really nice features coming called SharePlay. Now, the idea of SharePlay, that remotely controlled iPad or iPhone is going to be really powerful if you need to provide some support to your team. For our clients, the iPad's become that #1 solution for EPOS solutions. So if you're running your business and you've got your iPad as your main till, having someone be able to remotely go in and fix things and change things around for you and get things sorted can be an absolute lifesaver. Not having to have them come along from X to Y to come over to and actually fix themselves, but they can remotely go in, remotely fix things, and remotely get you on your way. That to me sounds like it's going to be a huge way for us to be able to make sure that our clients are going to feel more supported because we'll be able to remotely be able to manage some of their situations for them. Really excited for this one because this is the chance where we can truly have a remote support team going in and remotely fixing things like this. Can't wait for this to come through. Can't wait to try it out as well. This is a big change because this is going to make the calculator app so much powerful on that iPad. Now, it's using a solution called Math Notes, and the idea of Math Notes is you can actually write that down. And what I find this is going to be powerful for if you've got to quickly do something for a client. Imagine having that conversation with them and they're asking you to kind of go through and give some advice on X, Y, Z, and you're writing those numbers down and you're making the notes. If you can use Match Notes to quickly add those up and make some decisions right there, well, that means you can quickly be able to give them some answers they're going to need. Instead of having to wait for you to kind of do the calculations or grab a calculator and do it for you, that's when I see this really powerful. I also see this powerful as when you're trying to go out there and trying to make some decisions quickly. Instead of, again, having to put an Excel spreadsheet together to try and figure it out, you can quickly make these decisions based on the information that's there. We have to have a play around with this, but I think this is going to be really useful. And the fact that it's going to make my writing look better, wow, sold. To me, that's going to be an absolute game changer because my writing is absolutely terrible. So it'd be great to see if they're going to be able to fix that. And they say that using AI and using technology that's coming, that they're going to be able to dynamically change my writing to be more legible, including a bit of spell check when I'm using my handwritten notes as I go forward. I love a good handwritten note. If I'm in a meeting or I'm watching a presentation or something like that, there's something so satisfying about just writing and jotting it down and just getting the information that's relevant to me down there. If I can then have that information intelligently change into something that's legible and have something that AI can read and AI can figure out, that means if I ever need to go back to that, it's going to be super, super simple. So I think that's going to be a pretty good game changer for me. And then the big one. Apple Intelligence, AI for everyone else. Now, the idea is that Apple has the benefit of having the whole ecosystem, right? If you are in the whole ecosystem and you've got a MacBook and an Apple phone and you've got an iPad and you've got a watch, you've got all that sort of stuff, then Apple already has quite a large bit of data set that they can jump into to really help you make the most out of AI. Apple AI will help you prioritize your notifications. So if you've just been in a meeting, you've come out of it and you've got 5 minutes till the next one, quick look at your phone, you'll be able to see exactly what's going on out of everything that's happening in your Apple ecosystem. We'll be able to figure out what's important to you and what's not so important. For me, this could completely take away the use of things like Grammarly, because built directly on the system will be the opportunity for you to do spell checking, rewrite certain posts, rewrite certain emails, basically look at the tone. So if you look at this here, basically you're having the opportunity to look at the writing tools, have a look at proofread, rewrite if you need to, summarize, key points table, anywhere. So it's not just if you're about to send an email or if you're about to put a text message in or you've been asked to do a quick survey. These little things now you have the opportunity to lean on your AI companion to help you be able to get that in the best frame of mind as you can. Maybe you've written something and you just want it to sound more professional, or you've written something and you think to yourself that the tone is too harsh. That's where I find Grammarly and all those sort of AIs to be really, really powerful. To give you an idea of, well, what if I change that tone? How does that tone look like? What is it going to be looking like if I made it more friendly or more impactful? What do I need to change to be able to do that? And for me, that changes the game for me in terms of having confidence about something I've wrote. Almost had it proofread so that then I have confidence or whatever it's come out with, I can then be more happy with it. And before, in my current workflow, I'll start writing something, then I might have to go and open the Grammarly app, for example, to then copy it to bring it back to where I need to be. Now I won't need to do any of that because Apple will have all of that technology, all of that opportunity on everything I write going forward. And I think that's really, really powerful. What else we got? One thing it definitely has advantage of than any other AI on the planet will be personal contacts. So safely and securely, and you've got to see their way of doing it because it will blow your mind on how they're keeping everything saved. So nothing is actually going away or nothing can be seen other than what you need it to be seen. So all the data is safe, all the data is secure, but they're going to know things. And what this does is it creates a whole AI personal VPA in your pocket. Apple's looked at what the date's going to be, what that could affect in your other items on your calendar, and what the time from one place to the other is going to be. And then the next section of that would be that it will automatically be able to draft you an email to send to them and to put it there. Basically, this should be the most powerful AI that we have on the planet. And because we're having the opportunity to be able to have it safe and secure, means we can start running even more for it. Obviously, we need to play around with this a little bit more, but the concept of the fact that an email comes in like that, it could then draft a reply based on the information it knows, then you can say yes or no to it, is really powerful. In fact, Apple even show where you can put context to it of, oh yeah, I'm happy to come along, but I may be 5 minutes late, or I'll need to leave by this time, and you can start putting those aspects in. Really, really powerful. Something that I really, really can't wait to see. And it just makes things more efficient, right? Instead of having to go through or maybe ask someone else to sort that bit out for me, I can quickly put context to that and quickly get that over to it. And that makes me really excited. Apple AI or Apple Intelligence, to me, is going to be a game changer. They've shown us that this is going to happen and this is how it's going to be in their controlled environment. But the use case really is going to be how that actually works. So if you want to know how that's going to affect you and your business, make sure you subscribe and let me know in the comments below which parts you want me to test first and foremost. We've already seen how Microsoft Copilot has revolutionized my practice and going forward. We've already seen how Microsoft Copilot can actually help other businesses going forward. But how's Apple AI going to do? Apple Intelligence, is that going to be as game changing as that was? Only time will tell. Based on their presentation, it looks like it's not only going to be as good, but if not better than what we've already seen. But we need to have a play around with it and test it ourselves to really figure it out. I can't wait to have the opportunity to be able to show you more of those mobile apps as well, thanks to that fantastic new AirPlay solution, where I can just have my mobile phone on screen ready for me to play around with. Stuff like that is really exciting for me. Well, let me know in the comments below which part of that presentation you want me to look at first, and is there anything else I may have missed? Was there something on there that you think is even more important or I should have mentioned in this video? Either way, let us know in the comments below and we'll make sure we include it on the next video. With that in mind, my name's Patrick, this has been fantastic, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.